son had this real bad focusing problem. Instead of them trying to help me with his focusing issues, she automatically said he had ADHD. She failed him, and she said, you need to get help. Here, the teachers work with me tremendously. The education with the school system has been awesome. I just told someone the other day, I'm so glad my son only spent 2 years. And I was so glad he only had to spend 2 years, because we had the most horrible, we lived in the hood, we lived in the Drew Hill area, so he had to go to the school in that area. I remember my son was only in 1st grade, and a group of kids banked him while he was walking to the recreational center. And not saying, you know, it's perfect out here, because kids are kids, but it was really worse out there, because them kids was just horrible. At least out here I had more better control. You could talk to the parents or talk to the teachers. I could email his teachers at any time, even in middle school. And I don't like to do that because I don't want to be a burden. You know, they got hundreds of other children, and I got to keep, you know, I don't want to be emailing them all the time, well, what's going on with my son? But they love it. I just had a conference because they said they care about my son, and that's what I like. You know, my son don't think it because they want to keep having conference. They don't like me because no, I said, no, they care about you. They wouldn't contact me and have a conference with me if they didn't care or was concerned about how, you know, you're focusing in your grades and stuff. And what they like about me is that I stay involved in his learning.
I let my kids finish off the school year, and then I enrolled them in Howard County schools, public schools. And my oldest son struggled initially. He started out here 1st grade. He struggled like really bad initially. Just that 1 year he was in kindergarten in Baltimore City. It's like I enrolled him for 1st grade, and it was like, did he ever go to kindergarten? You know, they just like had to like literally start him over. It took a while for them to get, you know, adjust, but we all did well. I mean, it even had an effect on my kids, and they already know what college they want to go to. So. And like, I'm excited that they're talking about college. You know, they might not be talking about college if we were living there, because that's not like it's not like a conversation that most people have. I know for me, I was the first one in my family to go to college. And I know several of people who I grew up with who didn't go to college as well, were out here, you know, or not, I'm not even gonna say out here, I'm gonna say in a middle class neighborhood. To go to college is to be expected.
Bringing my kids from City Springs to the schools that they're in now, my kids ain't learned nothing. Yes, they're smart children, but coming to these schools out here and the teachers having meetings and explaining to me, like, what did they teach them? It's a big change academic-wise. School-wise, my daughter was shocked. She was like, Ma, sometimes I don't want to raise my hand because when I say something, they be like, oh, we learned that in middle school here. We learned that in elementary school here, and she's in the 10th grade. I have a 10-year-old son who, as far as going to City Springs, he was academically challenged. And I mean challenged to the point where he barely could read. And when he came out here, they're patient with him. He has ADHD, and when he was in the city, they didn't take time to teach him with that issue that he has. They just pushed him along or sit someone in front of him. Out here, they take their time with him. He's reading, he's spelling, he's writing. You would never thought nothing was ever academically wrong with him because they took the time that he needed to teach him to learn, instead of rushing him through it.
The opportunities here for kids are amazing. Let's just start by your kids. You know, my kids have textbooks, brand new textbooks that they're able to take home, you know, brand new. And I think my 13-year-old, he's in the 8th grade, but he's doing high school math. I mean, that's how much he's excelled. And he comes home with his homework, and I'm like, do you know how to do it? He's like, yes, Mommy, I know how to. I'm like, as long as you know how to do it, I'm happy for you, you know, because I can't help you. Get on Google.